right, we got shoulders, a little bit of chest, a little bit of tri. So basically push day today. I'll go over the routine real quick and then we'll talk about something else. We'll start with lateral raises, some type of machine. Shoulder press then, and then a different variation of lateral raises just to get more volume in for shoulders. And then we'll do rear delt, some type of rear delt fly or face pull, something like that, whatever's open. And then we'll go into chest. We'll superset pec fly with push-ups. Easy enough to throw in a superset like that. I don't go run from machine to machine to do a chest superset, so it's convenient. Just do push-ups on the ground right where I do pec fly. And then we'll do triceps. We'll do, what do we got? Some type of supinated push down, probably single arm if it's open, or if the workout hasn't been like an hour and a half already. And then skull crushers. I think that's what I do. Yeah. Subject to change. If one of my friends is on the bench press or some shit, maybe I'll just do like close grip bench as one of my tricep movements, but that's what I did last time. Probably won't do that this time, but I mean, shit, if everything's taken, I'm just gonna find some other tricep movement to do. I'm not gonna be overly picky about it. Yes, there's some programming to like each muscle group relative, but it's not like an end all be all, you know what I mean? As in like for my tricep movements, this push day, my elbow path is different, or my elbow placement is different, and also my other push day, the elbow placement is different. So today, skull crushers, laying down skull crushers, elbows here, right? Press like that. Why do I say that? It's just because it puts your tricep in different positions. And then you don't really have to worry about, oh, am I targeting this head of my tricep enough? It's like, well, you kind of checked almost every box there is possible. You don't have to think too hard about it. Like, yeah, you're hitting everything. So that one, push down, elbows like at my side. Supinated makes it a little bit different when part of a tricep gets hit, but same general concept. And then the other push day is dips, so elbows behind me. But also it's a little bit different because it's a pressing movement. Same way in like for if you're hitting your chest, I don't want to just have everything to be a pec fly, right? I want to have some type of pressing movement to get some power behind it. Same goes for triceps, and I honestly neglected that for a while because I didn't think about it and like understand that more of get more power behind it. Same way like if you did a close grip bench. I just don't do those, or at least I don't have them in my program. You can if you want. I don't. And then the last one is like an overhead tricep extension. So my elbow's way up here, and that's I think lengthened position or something. But point being made is, you can be pretty confident they're hitting everything, like in the muscle group you're trying to hit, like all the different heads, just by knowing you're having different elbow paths for everything. Same for like my back day. All my back movements are different elbow paths. From like a vertical movement, like a pull down wide, lat pullovers here, T-bar row, elbows wide, pulling movement, elbows down closer in here. And I know I'm basically hitting everything in my back. Yeah, so that's everything for today's routine today. And then we could talk about, I wanted to bring something up because I kind of just thought about it when I was looking at my physique this morning in the mirror, because I'm 7 weeks into a mini cut, and when you're cutting, right, you look smaller. I mean, I don't want to say I'm like a small person, because I don't think I'm a small person. I don't think I'm massive, but I don't think I'm small. I was able to notice that visually, and obviously I'm like, all right, well, yeah, of course I look smaller than I was before. Like, I'm cutting right now. I'm not filled out with carbs. I'm not filled up with food. And that's part of just losing fat. And it kind of made me think, like, before I used to be, like, upset with what I looked like. I kind of just, like, would shy away from the mirror, in a sense, when I used to be, like, just starting to work out. And it's kind of just like, it took a few years of like being like, I want to say be happy with what you look like, right? But not always thinking like, man, I look like shit. You know what I mean? I guess that I can say the inverse. You know what I mean? Like, I look at what I'm at. I look where I'm at now, and I could say that I'm proud of it. Of course, there's still improvement to go. But that feeling of like some people may have, I guess I honestly feel like I reached something that is a little more difficult to reach, of being proud of like how much you've improved like physique wise, and when you look in the mirror you're like, damn, yeah, like of course I can push more, of course I can be leaner, of course I can be bigger, but like I'm proud of how far I've come. And I think a lot of guys, and you can see even pros that are like this, that may look in the mirror and be like, man, I'm just too small, like I need to get bigger, and they truly like believe it in their mind. That doesn't mean like I'm content with where I'm at. I'm trying to make a clear distinction here. I'm not just saying be content with where you're at, but I'm saying of being proud of where your improvements have been, and not always like in your own head of like, man, I should be leaner than I am right now. Like I don't look good, or I need to be bigger, or just that downward spiral mental loop of like you're never going to reach what you want to be. I bring that up because I feel like it's not often that people can get to that point. That I feel like I've honestly been like that for the past year and a half, maybe the past year, honestly, maybe not year and a half. Under a year, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, man, I'm glad with like the progress I've made with my physique. Of course, there's always improvements to make. Of course, we're dieting down to get leaner, and always like there's no end goal. It's always just get better and get better. But like, I'm proud of where we're at. Like I don't shy away from myself in the mirror. And I guess I could, instead of just sitting here and trying to like brag, like, oh wow, good for you. I'm bringing it up because I wanted to analyze how I got to that point. I'm not going to break it down for 20 minutes because I'm here. But like for a minute, I'll analyze like how I was able to get to that point, and I guess some ways that be able to help you out. I think the biggest one, honestly, is having visual progress like on your phone of seeing what you used to look like and the changes you've made, and like you can quite literally see a side by side of how you look now, and just visually seeing that progress over time is honestly like the biggest thing. Because I think if I didn't have a singular like photo in my phone of my physique ever, after working out for this long, like 6 years, I don't know if I'd be at that. Maybe I would, but I do think like the progress photos 100% help. Now I'm not talking like every singular day. You have to compare yesterday to today, because quite honestly, you're not going to see shit of a difference between your physique yesterday and today. I know I pose after all my workouts, but like that's just throw it in the video. I don't know, every couple months, save them, and then like, I don't know, keep videos from like years ago, and I don't know, because I could scroll on my phone and see like when I first started working out, like my first year when I was 16. Of course I'm gonna look different 6 years later, being 22. Like I sure hope I wouldn't look the exact same 6 years later, but point being made is like I see the progression physique wise. I don't know, like even in this past year, I see photos from like my show that was in July, and it's now February. So what is that? August, September, October, November, December, January, 7 months later, and I'm like, wow, I've made a significant amount of progress in the past 7 months. Like, I'm pretty happy with what I got going on. And yeah, like I don't have that voice as like of like your physique is never good enough, like you need to be leaner, you need to be bigger, like you look like shit. And I don't know, I don't think that was like some special thing, you know what I mean? Like I don't think like, oh, only you can have that, or only certain people can feel like that about themselves. Like I think everybody can. I just think it's You have to train yourself to be like that. And you have to help yourself to be like that mentally. And it definitely helps with like the photos. And also, if you can truly tell yourself that like you're giving it 100% in all aspects of it because you truly want to look better, like you truly stick to your diets, truly train hard when you're at the gym, make sure you at least get like 7 hours of sleep every night, like stuff like that. And I mean, if you're on top of everything and you're constantly trying to get better, like understanding more of how it works, like diet wise, training wise, I think that also helps with it being, I don't want to say you have pride, but being proud in like what you got going on. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Because I know, I guess it's not a very common thing, to be honest. If you ask a guy, like, do you like how you look? Either it's like arrogance and they really don't look that great and they're like, yeah, dude, I look good. Or it's like, they look good. Like, they look really good, but you ask them, you're like, man, I just wish I would look better. I look fucking horrible. Yeah, kind of like opposites. Do you know what I'm thinking of right now? Like a genetic, I didn't make this whole conversation specifically targeting genetic anomaly, but it kind of made me thought of it as well when like you hear him talk about it, he's like, dude, I'm just not big enough. Like, dude, he's the same size as Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia for Open. And he's like, man, dude, I can't compete yet. I got to get bigger. And it's like that loop. That's kind of like the loop I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And of course, I'm nowhere fucking near him, obviously. I weigh 213? Yeah, there's like a solid 60 to 70 pound difference there. Yeah, I'm fully aware, but that doesn't mean like, oh, I look like shit. You know what I mean? So, all right, we'll hit shoulders, whatever's open. It's pretty fucking busy on a Thursday at 7, so I guess tomorrow's when it won't be busy. But, yeah, let's fucking get after it. Probably not gonna talk as much during the lifts. You can kind of see what I'm doing anyways when I'm recording my sets, so. Then we'll pose, and I don't know, I'll figure something else to talk about in the car ride. Maybe more fitness-related stuff than philosophical-related shit. All right, see you in there. normally I use like a shoulder press machine, not like Smith, but I don't know, I'm gonna have to change the weight. It's like a cable combined with the Smith machine. I don't know if you've ever used one of these before. See the cable on that? Just adds extra resistance, and I can't gauge what the hell I'm going to do with this, so I might be able to get like a 15 with this. If that's the case, I'll just stop after like 2, change the weight, but I don't know, it's the first thing anyways, I'm not worried. I've got 3 more after anyways.
I'll take it.
James, after these, do your last set of rack pulls, man. Can you come on out there?
Hey, Jay, roll up the hinge and you put them on that. Yeah.
I'm a little tired. I need to leave you go here, dog, right? Giovanni, what do you want? Oh, no, actually, this one. James. Oh, you got one set of rack pulls. James, come here, big dog. What you want, dog? 185? 185. Just rep it out. We know your mom's out there. Do as many as you can, James. Put 100 in your head.
You have them too.
Huh?
You told me to go right.
Oh, yeah, earlier you can do snatch.
I told me to get closer.
Back up.
Push down with your feet. Push
Stand
down.
up. First one's the hardest. Keep going.
Push down with your feet. Push down. Hard.
This is going to help your dad.
Same thing, and you're just lifting like that. Push down with your feet. You saw once you push down, it's easier, right? Yeah, when I was pushing down.
Hey, don't forget, this is your jacket here, big dog. Don't forget it. Have you put your stuff up. Come on, man. Bust me out a set of pack squats. Do the hack squats? We get everything. The jacket's right here.
I'm too close when I go. Jack's gotta go first.
With no weight?
Just sweat it, yeah.
You want your belt, Jack?
Sí, sí, me convenía decir. Quisiera que te mató. Di mal me 12 horas, di mal non sei You said hello, bud. You're the other. That was so cool. SD no.
That clip. All right. Holy shit. Yeah, I can definitely tell. In this mini cut, I'm gonna actually elaborate a little more on it for this car talk home. Just like, I don't know, maybe I didn't even get a pump at all today. Which, I mean, shit happens when you're cutting. Obviously, you're not just gonna get a pump every single time. But sometimes it's just how it goes. And you can obviously, as you saw, you just still train hard through it, and it's just part of it. I wouldn't say that, like, I can't say that is indicative of like a shit workout. I just say that's part of the nature of cutting weight. What I will say is, it's kind of more common, I found, when you're doing a mini cut rather than during a prep. Well, obviously prep, your last 4 weeks before competing, obviously your workouts are just like, dude, just train hard, regardless if you're not going to have a pump at all. But I say mini cuts usually just because you typically cut calories a little quicker on a mini cut, just given the nature of it, than a prep. And I'll explain why. Is because, and let me make sure I disclaimer first. When I say cut calories a little quicker, I'm talking like maybe like drop 500 calories in a week, like during your cutting, rather than like consistently dropping maybe like 200 or like 250 or 150, or the speed at which you drop it's quicker. But I'm not saying you drop like 5 pounds a week, right? I'm still only dropping like 1 to 2 pounds a week. Usually it's around 1.5 pounds, but just you're quicker to get to that, quicker like to transition into the cut, which causes you to drop calories a little quicker, or which is why I drop calories a little quicker. So part of it's because when you're doing a mini cut, typically the reason for a mini cut is to give your body a break from pushing a bulk for an extended period of time of usually like a few months of straight gaining. And your body needs a break, as in you need your insulin sensitivity to come back, which why would you need that? It's like, well, insulin, if you don't know, it's part of how your body uses the carbs you give it. So essentially it takes the carbs and the protein, mainly the carbs, and latches onto it and shuttles it into your muscle cells. Which, why is this good? Well, it's anabolic and also anti-catabolic, meaning that it helps with muscle growth. And the bigger part of it is that it prevents muscle breakdown during your bulk. So typically, usually overnight, obviously you're building muscle, but usually it's like the chain. I don't want to go a whole biochem breakdown, but I will real quick. The protein is built up of chains of these things called amino acids. And obviously when you're eating your meals overnight, mainly, you build them up, the chains more, but you're not always 100% of the time just building them up, right? You build some up, take some down a little bit, build more up, take some down a little bit, build more up, but take more down. So you're like, your body, even on a bulk, you're not 100% anabolic for like all day, every day, 24/7, right? But most of the time you are, right? That's why you build muscle, even like naturally, without taking, like, some bodybuilders would take like insulin or something. Without doing that, without PEDs, not any of that shit. That's how it works. And eventually, once you push a bulk for a while, your insulin sensitivity, meaning the amount of insulin your body releases given the amount of carbs you eat, for the reason that we said why it's good, your body stops producing as much. and or it's not as effective at the anabolic and anti-catabolic benefits. And we obviously want to reset that and make your body start really partitioning the food better, as in shuttling the food better. The quality of doing that. And part of that comes from you doing a mini cut. Helps your body reset like that. And that's one reason. Another reason maybe just to drop your body fat percentage a little bit. Another reason might be just to get your appetite back. And that was the biggest reason for me. Appetite was shot. Because I was still relatively lean going in a mini cut, which is good. I mean, just means that it was a very lean bulk. So those are the main reasons. So, given those reasons, we don't mind dropping the calories a little quicker just because it helps us get back to gaining a little quicker. And you may lose slightly a little bit more muscle than like if you did a prep, or just like if you didn't do it as quick, but you're kind of fine with it just because you're going to be right back to a bulk. And that's just like the nature of it, because your body doesn't instantly start losing muscle, right? It takes weeks, right? Well, unless if you drop your calories to fucking zero, then yeah, it'll be pretty quick. But if you drop your calories decently, but not like, but within reason, you'll probably start losing muscle around like a little after 8 weeks of cutting. I'm at like week 7 now. So I think this is actually the last week of doing mini cut, but that's why we take advantage of it there with pushing the calories a little more. And you're fine with it just because you're going to get right back in your bulk. Now, during a prep that's 16 weeks, 4 months long, you obviously want to do a little slower because we want to minimize muscle loss as much as possible, because we got to take this cut all the way down to like super, super lean to like be on show, for show. So different scenario there. And they both get utilized, obviously, for a bodybuilder, just the approach is slightly different. Now, one thing I do want to say is I am still eating like, I have to be eating like 3,500 calories right now. So I just want to clarify that I'm not like just fucking starving myself by saying that like you drop the calories slightly more. Like I am 100% still eating. And my appetite is still like almost back to normal, like very close. Like by the end of this week it should be fine. But yeah, peak bulk was at like 5,500. If I had to guess, we're dropped down to like 3,500 now. Maybe that, somewhere between 3,500 and 4K. And yeah, that's where we're at. So, yeah, what is this day? Day 98 of the series. Fuck, dude, we got like 2 more days till we hit the goal at least. Then I'm sure I'll just still keep recording these because even though I reached the goal, it's good practice for me just to get better at speaking to the camera. Yeah, and just being more articulate, especially in the future. The other stuff I'll be doing social media wise, it's good that I get better at speaking. So I'll probably just keep up with it. Fuck it. It doesn't take that long to set up the camera, you saw. So yeah, tomorrow we got back, then quads, then rest day. And then probably like as soon as this mini cut's over, my one cheat meal for the week is probably gonna be like some noodles or some shit. So, alright. I'll call it there. See you guys tomorrow for back. Peace out.